Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Priceless Podcast. My name is Michael Sechen. The Priceless Podcast is made in partnership with the European Forum of LGBT Christian Groups. Subscribe, like, comment if you like. You can also share this podcast. Follow us on Facebook and Instagram, and of course, support this podcast so it can continue its work. My guest today comes from the Ukraine.
I'm Helge. I'm from Ukraine. My first degree was culturologist, but more than that, I was a teacher for child. I was teaching solfeggio and music literature. When the war started, I was working as a teacher and as a child psychologist for groups of childs who was in a war situation face to face. I think it's this woman and identify myself of Sapphic woman. It looks for me like more than lesbian. I don't know, it sounds weird, like it's some cultural identity for Ukraine, and some people in Ukraine prefer say I'm Sapphic woman more than I'm lesbian. Ukraine from science time was matriarchal country because there was a lot of frauds, groups of people who lived in ancient time, and and women were ahead of these groups. Then if we look for Ukrainian history, this territory was a first place in the world when women was in judgment. They was able to write, to read, and to do some judgments, like in a court. I think it gives us some proud of women and being patient about women. There are a lot of groups for Ukrainian society. Some ones are left, it's anarchist people or democratist people, and they really understand that homosexuality is a part of society. Sometimes there is some right groups, and it's mostly young people from school or something like that, but they do some vandals actions, they do some aggressive action for LGBT society and ads. Also, I think the war was a big step for LGBTQ plus people in Ukraine to visibility, to being more powerful in a social way. Of course, we organized some battalions where was only LGBTQ plus people. It's safer, like in ordinary army, but mostly it lets us to have a most weight in social opinion. So when our minister decided to deny social partnerships in Ukraine, just military LGBTQ military was cooperated with Minister of Military System in Ukraine and had conversation, and then this law about civil partnership was adopted, and it works now. Now more people understand, not only homosexual people, understand that our rights is important and it is ordinary people's right. Yeah, it changed a lot. They were afraid of us. And now where this large battalion of LGBTQ plus people and a lot of LGBTQ plus organization was cooperate to volunteer for to help our people to save our people and ads. People around us understood that we are not so dangerous or something like that. They saw that we are normal people, we ordinary people, and we also Ukrainian, and we also helps our people. Now we have big progress because homosexual people understand us, and they understand that our Ukrainian society needs their help and we need their help. For nowadays, we also have a lot of problems in society for LGBTQ plus people, and etc. The main problems nowadays is that we can do some meetings or protests because of wartime. So it is denied as for now, and then they do some strange law that can hurt our society. I mean, LGBTQ plus society, we don't have any opportunity to stop it or something like that. So all our activism is writing petition and do some material for hiring our visibility, like something like that, to talk about us, etc. And it's hard for me because you don't even haven't got any opportunity to draw something and go with this poster in society and talk with people, because it's like some country region. And I'm afraid to it because they always want to do something strong in law plan. For example, he works on resignation of one guy whose name is Mikhailo Khvranyuk. He works on changing crime code in Ukraine about gender-based violence, and he proposed so adorable thing that very, very bad, extremely bad. So yeah, he proposed to criminalize the action of victims of gender-based violence who told to police that someone do it for her. He was active for a long time to achieve to ratify Istanbul Convention, and that someone's proposed to do it like a crime. Even this time when a lot of rapes, a lot of victims of this of sexualized violence, and this law is something like strangeless. I work a lot with raped women who had an experience of sexual violence because of the war, and it's very harmful topic for me. As for now, it's very horrible times for Ukrainian people, because even when war stopped, even when we won it, we will have a lot of people with PTSD, a lot of children with PTSD, and according to Ukrainian statistic, more than 70% of people now have PTSD. Then it will be a big problem for rebuilding our cities, to I don't know, to have waters in our home, to be warm. And I think even if it stops as soon as it possible, we will be destroyed for years. I work on my project for teacher about sexual education for child, for school, etc. And we do some lectures, some studies for child to understand how does our social communication works, and what's can be okay and what's not okay. Yeah, we do these courses, we do some studies, some courses for children about sexual education. We do some instructage for teachers, parents, something else. So thanks to all Europe that helps Ukraine.
Thank you, dear viewers and listeners, for being with us today. As I said in the beginning, this podcast is made in partnership with the European Forum of LGBT Christian Groups. Share this podcast. Don't forget to comment, or even if you have some questions, let us know. You can follow us on Facebook and Instagram, and we see you next time when it's time for the Priceless Podcast with a new guest. Please don't forget to support this podcast so this work can continue. See you next time. Bye, everyone, and bye, Helga.
Bye-bye.